I'm fed up of eBay. I'm fed up with them taking too much money off me. I'm fed up with them keeping my money until they see fit to give it to me. I'm fed up of stuffing things in envelopes. I'm fed up with Royal Mail. I'm fed up with things going missing. I'm fed up with people not being in and things going to the depot, then them not being bothered to go and pick it up and telling eBay that they haven't received it, and eBay believing them and giving them the money back, and then Royal Mail not sending the items back to me. I'm fed up with things going missing and customs forms and customs fees and everyone thinking it's all my fault. In fact, I'm fed up with the whole thing, and it's making me not want to do it. It's taking my hobby away from me because it's just too stressful and too much gubbins and too much rubbish, and I'm not earning enough money. I'm fed up with it not being enjoyable, and it's taking my interest away from me and stopping me researching all these guitar pedals and guitar amplifiers and how they work. So I've got to do things differently. I've got to think about things in a new way. I've got to stop using eBay and start giving you the information in a different way. I mean, that's what I'm doing, aren't I? You might think I'm selling you parts and components and bits of guitars, but I'm actually selling you my knowledge. Things that I know that you don't. The size of things, the name of things, how things work. So instead of selling you some bits and bobs and giving you the knowledge for free, why don't I just give you the knowledge for free and get Google to give me some money for some advertising? Or ask you kind people to sling me a quid every now and again through PayPal, or buy me a coffee on Ko-fi. And one day when we get enough viewers, I can sell some advertising, for willy hardening pills and Skillshark VPN, that kind of thing. I'm not proud. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to be giving away my secrets, burning my bridges, and making it so there's no way back. So this week, I'm telling you some of my secrets about Boss pedals. It's going to mean that some of the eBay listings are going to come down, but you're going to find out the sizes of some things, where you can buy some things, and find out how to do one of my mods. In fact, I'm going to give you the instructions for it as well, for free. So let's stop messing about, and let's learn some stuff about Boss pedals. I've got quite a few of these Boss pedals. I've got my trusty TU3 tuner. Nobody can do without one of them. I've got multiples of the same ones. 2 Boss Super Overdrives. One modified to be a Tube Screamer and one modified to be a Zen Drive. I've got 2 DS1s. I mean, who can live with only one? I've got one stock and one modified to be a Sonic Distortion, an Ibanez. They've basically got the same circuit design. So I was giving it a try, but I'm not too pleased with it. I was very pleased with the modification I have on my shop, the Pumpkin mod. And I suppose eventually I'm going to show you how to do that. You just need to go and buy your own parts. I'll even give you the instructions. All you've got to do is subscribe and keep watching the videos. I've got a DD3 delay and an RV5 reverb, which I'm very happy with both of those pedals. They've seen better days, but Boss pedals can stand up to it, can't they? I've had all kinds of other Boss pedals over the years. One of those red analog delays, the DM2. I bought that for £70 and sold it a week later for £150. That was back in 2011. Used to do that a lot. I did it with the Dimension C chorus as well. And I had the Super Chorus and the Chorus Ensemble and the CE2. That was just called Chorus. I've had a BF2 and a BF3 flanger. I've had a PH3 phaser. I even bought a blues driver and a turbo distortion with the idea of modifying them. But I found them to be perfect. They didn't need modifying. They were fine as they were. I found from owning all these Boss pedals, there's one part that wears out first. The little rubber grommet for the battery compartment. The original ones kind of just turn into soil, split in the middle, and don't tend to work very well. So I've been selling replacements on eBay, much higher quality. But I'm going to be phasing it out. Whichever ones are left are going to be sold, and I'm not going to replenish the stock. So if you fancy buying some, you're quite welcome to. But what are the sizes of them? Well, they're grommets to fit in a 9.5mm hole and to fit a 7.5mm cable through. And the exact ones that I've been buying are by a company called Multicomp, and they're called PV45s. They come in a bag of 100, and it cost me about £8 for that bag. You might be thinking, Kieran, you've been ripping us off. You've been selling them 2 for £1.50 for the last couple of months. Well, what do you expect? Do you really want a bag of 100 grommets? Do you have over 100 Boss pedals that you need to change the grommets on? You probably don't, do you? You probably need 1 or 2, like I was selling you for £1.50. So if you do need any, get them while they're hot. Not going to have them for much longer. It's going to be your problem then, isn't it? So that's one bridge burnt, isn't it? No more Boss grommets. But there's another part to the battery compartment that we also sell. I'm going to give you the sizes too. While we're in the vicinity of the battery compartment, there's another part around there, isn't there? A thumbscrew. Did you know that it was called a thumbscrew? That's what it's called. They can be quite expensive if you lose them, to buy a proper Boss one. But if you know the size, like I do, you can pick them up quite cheaply. I bought a load of them from AliExpress. They're the ones I've been selling on eBay. So what is the size? Well, it's an M3 grub screw. That means that it's 3mm wide. And how long is it? Well, for a Boss compact pedal, that's one of these one pedal ones, it's 8mm long. But if you've got one of those dual Boss pedals, you know, like a Space Echo or the medium-sized loop station, well, they take a 10mm long thumb screw. So I find if you just use 10mm long thumb screws, they fit everything. And then nobody complains and says, "This doesn't fit my pedal." Well, it does, because they fit everything. Another secret given away. Is there any more screws on these pedals? If I'm going to show you how I modify one of these pedals and share my instructions with you, you're going to have to get inside that pedal, remove the tiny black screws. And what if you lose one of those screws? I mean, they are very tiny. And black screws aren't very easy to find on your carpet, are they? You're likely not to find that screw until you hear it tinging up the pipe on your Hoover. But where would you find such a screw? What size is it? And what do you call it? Well, at one point, you would have bought it from me on eBay. But that's not what we're doing anymore. So I best tell you what kind of screw it is. It's a number 4 machine screw. And it's a self-tapping one. And it's 1/4 of an inch long. They're actually the same screws that they use on big muff pedals and small clones, you know, the bendy metal ones. So if you lose one of them, you know where to find it. It's a number 4 machine screw, self-tapping, 1/4 inch. So there you go, another one of my secrets. It's time to show you the biggie now, I suppose. And so we get to the nitty-gritty of the matter. The modification that I used to charge money for, that I'm now giving you for nothing, because I'm fed up with eBay. Used to be £3, now it's free. The first thing you're going to do is take the back off the pedal, making sure you don't lose any of those little black screws. But if you do, you know the sizes of them now, don't you? So you can go and order some more. You'll find that there's a purple wire that you'll need to unsolder to make the PCB come free. And once you're into the PCB, you should focus your attention to the input capacitor. That's C42. It's supposed to be a 47 nanofarad capacitor, but we're going to change it to a 1 microfarad capacitor. It can be an electrolytic capacitor like I've used, or a film capacitor of any type that you like. It's just got to be rated over 9 volts. The next place you're going to go is to the EQ. We're going to change a couple of components there that are going to make a big difference. You're going to locate C36 and change it to a 100 nanofarad capacitor. That's going to change where the mid-range point is, move it a bit lower down and make it sound a little bit more modern. Make it sound less Marshall, more diesel, more Mesa Boogie. Do you know what I mean? And then you're going to locate R15 and you're going to change that to a 1.2k resistor. R15 controls the gain of the high control, and I find that the high control on a Boss Metalzone kind of distorts. So we're going to reduce the gain with that 1.2k resistor, make it sound a lot smoother and less fizzy. At this point, I would advise that you put the back on and give it a listen, see what you think. That could be enough for you. But if it's not enough, you can change the clipping diodes. That's D3 and D4. You can change them to whatever you like. In my instructions, I used asymmetric clipping, so I used an LED and a diode. I'm not selling it anymore, so I don't have to prove anything to you. If you like the sound of it, very good. If you don't like the sound of it, well, what you can do is take the instructions, download them, print them out, fold them up really, really small, and shove them right up your ass. If you feel like you learnt something from the video you just watched, how about going down there in the description box and following some of the links and maybe slinging us a quid or two just to keep the videos rolling. Thanks for watching.